Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. First of all, let me apologize for pushing back the time. Baby Bunny was doing a little too much. She's being a little extra, so of course she comes first before any of this YouTube stuff. So I wanted to go live earlier, but clearly I couldn't make it. It is what it is. My apologies. But I did have to push back the time a little bit more. Thank you guys for being so patient. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're going to get started really quickly here because we got a lot of stuff to get through. Drew, thank you for being here. Salt and Pepper, thank you for being here. Mellow One, thank you for being here. Let me see your transcript. Thank you for being here. Pika, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, Nebulous in the house. Thank you. Little Miss, thank you. Nebulous, I sent you a message on Discord. If you could check your messages, please and thank you. Wim, thank you. DB, thank you guys for being here. Everybody, eat more pizza. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're going to get into some stuff, okay? Mel, Kirikou, thank you guys. Heidi, thank you. Angie, thank you for being here, you guys. Chico's in the house. Thank you guys. Ooh, how am I sounding? Am I sounding a little bit better and not as congested? Erica, thank you. Nicole, thank you. Cheeks is in the house. Thank you. Ellen, thank you for becoming a member. I see you, love. Rosie Gold Flower, thank you. Oki, how you doing, love? Sushi Jezebel, welcome. How is everybody doing? Chelbell, how you been? I haven't seen you in a minute. Shout out to you. I hope you're doing well, Chelbell. I miss you. Sarah, thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you. Kate, thank you for being here. Hey, everybody. Hey, Lori. Hey, everybody. And Ellen, welcome to the membership. Okay. We gonna get into it. Lord have mercy. Let me not wiggle the table. All right. So for those that are watching the replay, we're definitely gonna include some timestamps here as we're reviewing some stuff. Why I'm talking about this topic today is for a couple reasons. Something came to my radar yesterday, and I said, "Oh Lord have mercy, we got to talk about this." So, Selena Quintanilla's killer, Yolanda Saldivar, is up for parole in 2025. Speaks from behind bars in Oxygen docuseries nearly 30 years after the tragedy. Now, let's get the information correct, right? Yolanda Saldivar has always spoken behind bars. She's always given interviews and she's always given different information as it pertains to what happened, what led up to the murder, what happened that fateful day. Okay. All the time. So it's not like she's just now speaking out. She's always spoken out. A couple months back, I did a video talking about the fact that Yolanda Salivar would be up for parole in 2025. To be exact, she's up for parole March 30th of 2025. So that's like, I don't know, 13 months, 14 months from now, us being in February. So she's got some time coming up. And the thing about Selena, okay, and the thing about Yolanda Saldivar, for those that have been following the story, I remember the day the tragedy happened. I was in elementary. I think I was in the fourth or fifth grade at the time. And it was a huge thing. It was a huge thing. I was living in Cali back then, and it was a huge thing in the Latino community, right? Because Selena was somebody that in our community, um, beautiful young female, Tex-Mex with a lot of talent in a business that was mainly heavily male dominant, right? So she was coming in very talented and everything, and she was going to be doing different things. And so for somebody like me, I looked up to Selena growing up. I remember I had an uncle who went to one of her concerts and took a picture of her. I have the picture in like a keepsake box that I have. And so it was one of those things where it was very much um a tragedy that was very profound. So because it was so profound to me, I watch every English, Spanish show, report, whatever I could do, whatever I could understand as a fourth and fifth grader. Um being that little girl, right? So you're talking about Primer Impacto, Televisa, Telemundo, Univision, all of these shows I watched, and I followed so much of what was said. And I remember so much of it, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about this new series that's coming about. We're definitely going to review it, so make sure you guys are subscribing and staying tuned. But we have Yolanda's family speaking out at this point too, which is interesting. Interesting. But I also want to take you guys back to the time machine, right? Of the different things that Yolanda Saldivar said. And if this woman is up for parole, I would think that there would be a level of her understanding her crime, right? Before she's released. I would think she would understand versus actually proclaiming her innocence at the end of the day. Okay. That's just my thought. And DB, thank you so much for gifting memberships. Thank you. Thank you. If you got a membership from DB, put a heart in the chat. Thank you, DB. It's she said different things. Y'all y'all are clapping at Univision. This was my life growing up. It sounds in and out for everyone else, or is it just my end? Molly, let me know. Hopefully the sound is okay. Let me know, guys know in the chat, please and thank you. Um, thank you. I hope she's not getting paid like these for these interviews. Emma, somebody's getting paid. Somebody's getting paid. But my thought process is if you are doing interviews, um, because the interviews early on, she very much said she didn't kill her. Then it went from it was an accident. Then it went from something else. So she never really gave us a good story. And she released a lot of information that at this point, is it hearsay? What can we like, how do we confirm a lot of the things that she's saying? It's very, very much hard to, right? So we're gonna read this. We're gonna watch a little preview, and you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments, okay? Yolanda Saldivar, Selena Quintanilla's killer, is speaking from prison ahead of her eligibility for parole in 2025 in a new Oxygen true crime docuseries. Nearly 30 years, Yolanda Saldivar killed the Tejano star, and in a two-part limited docuseries, Selena and Yolanda, The Secrets Between Them, Saldivar shares her interpretation of events and claims that everything wasn't what it seemed. Everything wasn't what it seemed. This is what Yolanda has always said, and the family has always said. Well, this is what I don't understand. Even if it's the case that this woman was besties with Selena, even if that is the case, even if she told you her most deep, darkest secret, does that justify her murder? No, it never did, right? It just doesn't. So for me, it's like, what do you mean nothing is what it seems? Premeditation was there. She was robbing, embezzling from the fan base because she was the fan base president. She was taken from the fan base. She actually purchased the gun that she used to murder Selena from that money. She tells people that she planned to commit, you know, off herself, that that was her attempt. But there was a lot of premeditation that led up to this. She shot the gun. She said that it went off, but the way in which it was shot and everything has been reconstructed and everything, she shot the gun and it killed her. The bullets killed her, right? So you tell me what isn't that doesn't seem right at this point. The series premieres with back-to-back episodes on February 17th at 8 p.m. and concludes on February 18th. Episodes will be available to stream on Peacock the day after they air. I'm gonna be one of the first ones to watch this. We gonna be reviewing this. We sure as hell are. Yes, we are. In a series of a wide-ranging interviews from the prison, Saldivar details her working relationship and friendship with Selena. Members of Saldivar's family, now Saldivar's family is coming to talk. Mind you, they've been in hiding for the last many, many years, okay? Now they're coming out to talk. They've been investigating, they've been collecting documents. Now they come in out to talk. Okay. Saldivar details her working relationship with Selena. Members of Saldivar's family discuss the two women and share documents, never before revealed documents and recordings in an effort to show there was more to the tragedy than the public knows. Okay. Can y'all tell me who's making money off of this series? I'd like to know. Because let me tell you something, Mr. Abran Quintanilla, Selena's father, people have always side-eyed him. They feel like, he's always been very controlling of his daughter narrative, the family has. I don't blame him. I do not blame him whatsoever for trying to be front and center of that narrative, to try to protect her legacy. Honestly, I feel like they would like for me it's like the same thing with Aaliyah. I love the fact that whatever the family can do to protect Aaliyah's legacy would be phenomenal and awesome to get in front and center of a lot of the narratives that are put out there because this woman can't speak anymore, right? And you better believe if that was my daughter, I would want them, I would want the legacy protected. Now, does that mean that they were perfect individuals? No. I'm sure Selena was not a perfect individual. I'm sure Aaliyah wasn't a perfect individual. But that is their job, right? To protect that image. I'm just saying. But let me know your thoughts. Exactly, Tia Loca. What more is there to know? What more is there to know? I'm sure Selena was a very flawed individual, just like I am, just like all of you guys are. We're all flawed. There's a lot. Okay, let me keep reading. And Chell, welcome to the membership. Thank you. So here we have it. Let's see, where did I leave off at? She says, oh, I think I scrolled down a little too fast. In a series of wide-ranging interviews from prison, Saldivar details her working relationship and friendship with Selena. Member of Saldivar's family discuss the two women and share never before revealed documents recording in an effort to show that there was more to the tragedy than the public knows. I knew her secrets, Saldivar said in the trailer for the docuseries, and I think the people deserve to know the truth. Huh, okay. According to the investigation presented at the time, Saldivar ran Selena's fan club and was accused of stealing from the business. Some of those who were on the scene in Corpus Christi, Texas, and who investigated Saldivar's challenged the new information presented and remained steadfast in their determination that she was rightfully convicted. The hostage negotiator, who spent 9 hours on the phone with Saldivar after she shot Selena, the Corpus Christi Police Department detectives who were on the scene, the prosecutors who put Saldivar on trial, and journalists who covered Selena and Latino culture are among those who provided insight on the tragedy and Selena's legacy. Saldivar is currently serving a life imprisonment sentence and is eligible for parole March 30th of 2025. So we're going to watch this trailer here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I got somebody at my door, so let me go check out what's going on. 1 second. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much. I know somebody knock, knock, knock right when I'm live. Yeah. What do you guys think so far? So the 9 hours. So when she shot Selena, she was they had a negotiator, and I believe 5 hours of that negotiation was actually recorded. So there's 4 hours of we don't know exactly what happened during that negotiation. Keep that in mind. Okay. So that's interesting. I mean, I'm glad that they have different people talking, but there was a lot of things that Saldivar made allegations during that hostage negotiation, which we have a rare footage of it that we're going to play here. She was accusing Abraham Quintanilla, which is Selena's father, of assault. Assault, truly. So we're going to get into that. But let's watch this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as we're watching this, okay? And we're going to watch it right at the 17-second mark because some of the stuff we've already seen earlier, and I'm not trying to get flagged.
Saldivar was embezzling money from the fan club and that Selena was shot while trying to fire the woman.
Yolanda Saldivar killed Selena intentionally and knowingly.
Mm-hmm.
What the public's been told isn't exactly what happened in reality.
Relatives are coming out. And Wim, thank you so much for gifting memberships. Thank you, Wim. Relatives are coming out. But where were they before? Because they went into hiding. You know, they didn't want to get, they were like, we're hiding. We don't know nothing. Okay? But now they're coming out.
All these years, Yolanda saying the same thing. I didn't mean to do it. Was an accident.
She's always said that. She's always said it was an accident. She didn't mean to do it. That has never changed.
Is there more to the story than I know? Hell yes. As long as the person at the center of all this, I mean, she's still around. You got anything to say?
After so many years, I think it's time to set the story straight.
Is she going to tell us the right version of the story? Because every time she has done an interview, she's always came up with some BS shit. And let me tell you, okay, about 11 years ago, and I have this interview here, she did an interview with Primer Impacto, I think it was, or Al Rojo Vivo, one of the two channels from Univision. And she told people that Selena was having an affair with a doctor by the name of Richard Martinez in Monterrey, Mexico. Okay. And she spun this story about not only was she having an affair, that she was pregnant and had an abortion. Selena at the time of her death was married, right? Keep that in mind. So this doctor came out and gave an interview and said that he was having an affair with Selena. Chris Perez, who's at the time was Selena's husband, said in an interview that he actually knew the doctor, but doesn't believe anything that's being said at this point. The doctor's concern was, that the doctor was aware that Yolanda knew that they were having an affair. At the time, the doctor was also married and had his own children. Okay? So they were having this love affair. This is what Yolanda had put out there. The doctor came out and he confirmed that information, although we don't know any of that. I mean, Selena's not here to defend herself, discredit them, or anything. And honestly, what they've put out there isn't anything that would confirm of an actual affair. Keep that in mind. Like, it's the doctor story and Yolanda. And the doctor said that Yolanda was extorting Selena, threatening to release a lot of information about Selena and this affair. The doctor is a surgeon in Monterrey, Mexico. Apparently, he's well connected all over in Brazil, in San Antonio, so he knows a lot of people. This is what Yolanda had put out there. The doctor came out 11 or 12 years ago. We have that interview. And he starts talking about this secret affair that they had. I personally think that it's in bad taste to have said anything from the doctor's side, personally, because this Selena is gone. You have nothing to confirm that. That's just my thought. But even if Selena had had an affair with this doctor, that doesn't justify her death. Even if Selena had had an abortion, even if that was the case, even if Selena had all these secrets, it doesn't justify her death. It doesn't justify, nor does it take away from what Yolanda Saldivar did many years ago. Right? It just doesn't. Exactly, Nance. You see, so let me read some of these comments. Let me stop. And thank you, Eat More Pizza. Because if you think about what people are saying now, so Yolanda was protecting Selena by murdering her. It's BS, right? That's I'm just saying, Tia Loca, like even if Selena had an affair, even if she got pregnant during the time with this affair, like none of that justifies anything. It doesn't make Yolanda look any more innocent. She still killed her. There was still premeditation. Heidi says, "What does it matter what Selena did? Yolanda killed her, period, and Yolanda should rot." And betcha she's not gonna say extorting her, right? The doctor said that Yolanda was extorting her. There was something wrong with Yolanda. And I kind of believe that. I kind of believe that. Who knows? Like maybe Selena didn't have a lot of friends at the time. Her friends weren't like a lot, right? You got to think about how she got married to Chris Perez. They hid it from her dad. To me, that tells me that this was a very close family, still is. And so there wasn't a whole lot that they could really, she couldn't really, I don't know, confide with her mom, her dad, or anything. Now, that being said, do I believe the affair? I'm going to say I don't know if I necessarily believe that because there's nothing to confirm it. There's nothing. Nothing. So here's Yolanda still saying that she's finally going to talk about this. But mind you, she has given at least 15, 20 interviews since her incarceration. Giving different stories, saying different things since then. It's bullshit.
My family gathered the evidence, showed different versions of what was going on.
This is not a simple case of murder.
During the trial, I started hearing Selena's got a secret.
Yolanda, it's me, Selena. Can you give me a call?
Everybody has said that Selena's got a secret. Maria Celeste Arraras, who was a reporter that was there at the trial. Let me tell you, this is taking me back to when I was in 4th and 5th grade. I remember Maria Celeste Arraras. She wrote a book about Selena's secrets, then did a docuseries on Selena's secrets, right? And the thing is everybody has different versions of a story. Exactly, Belinda. All all of her stories, all of Yolanda's stories have been different. The one thing that has remained the same is that it was an accident. She accidentally bought a gun. She accidentally extorted and stole money from her. It was an accident. It was an accident, right? Mm. We should, Anna. We're going to do that. I promise you, we're going to do that. Let's keep watching this.
I was scared. I was frightened.
She's just a person you can't believe.
I knew her secrets. And I think that people deserve to know the truth.
Selena and Yolanda, the secrets between them. The 2-night special event begins Saturday, February 17th on Oxygen True.
So that is where it's going to be watching. I mean, let me know. Let me know. This is, oh my God, Mellow One, thank you for saying this. I thought being granted parole meant that there was some genuine remorse. Sorry I'm late. No, you're not late. That's what I thought, that if you're granted any kind of parole, that there would be some level of remorse. But the thing is, though, let's talk about Selena's secrets, okay? And some of this I'm going to have to interpret because it's in Spanish. So this is in Univision 1. You guys can find it. Selena Quintanilla's alleged lover is set to speak about their rumor affair on Primer Impacto. Okay.
Todo lo que se hizo fue realmente porque existió un amor que no lo puedes decir con palabras a veces.
Everything that has been done, there was a love that I can't express with words. This was the man that allegedly had an affair with Selena. He's the one that came out after Yolanda was saying everything to confirm the affair.
Sino que a pesar de que fue muy corto, hubo una entrega completa. Yo estaba dispuesto en ese momento a tener un cambio de vida por ella, sí.
He says, even though it was a very short affair. He was willing to have a complete life change, just for her. Mind you, he was married at the time and he had children. My thing is he's not providing anything that would even confirm an affair. Allegedly, this is another rumor that I remember as a young girl that was put out there too. Allegedly, there was a video, a cassette or something that is stored in a bank, in one of the Mexican banks in Monterrey, Mexico, that was filmed without Selena's consent. Some film out there, right? She knew about it and she wasn't pleased about it. But there was an attorney that was defending Yolanda that was sent out there to go get this film. Never found it. Yolanda Saldivar let this attorney know, because Yolanda told this attorney that this film would be the thing that would set her free. So this attorney goes out there in Mexico, all over Monterrey, like a chicken with its head cut off, right? Looking for every bank, looking for this stupid tape that never came about. So where is this tape that was supposed to exonerate Yolanda? I don't know how, but that it exists. And Jody Q, thank you for the $2. She accidentally a big liar. I agree.
Sí, definitivo.
Mm.
Y no me arrepiento, ¿eh?
Usted que era su amiga y su confidente.
Says, I don't regret the affair. Okay. So, and this reporter right here is interviewing Yolanda behind bars. And this, I believe, was uploaded 11 years ago. So you see what I'm saying? Even though Oxygen or Peacock is saying never before seen, no bullshit. There's always been, Yolanda has always done an interview with some Spanish outlet. Okay.
¿La notaba enamorada del médico?
Yo te digo una cosa, ella estaba totalmente enamorada del doctor Martín.
So the reporter's asking Yolanda, did you notice that Selena was in love with the doctor? Yolanda's answering saying she was completely in love with the doctor.
No le puedes decir nada. Ella estaba presionada porque el doctor Martínez le dijo, oye, ¿te vienes conmigo para Brasil? O suelte la lengua.
So she was pressured. You couldn't say anything to her. This is what Yolanda's saying. She said that the doctor told her, listen, you come with me to Brazil or I'll tell everybody everything. And the thing is the doctor, the one that was interviewed earlier, he doesn't show anything that would, suffice I don't know, an affair. There's no voice recordings. There's no voicemails. There's no love letters out there. Everybody, this has been an ongoing rumor about this affair. So I don't know what other secrets Yolanda's going to release at this point. A lot of this stuff was released during the court hearing as well. So I think this is a money grab, in my opinion.
I was happy the way things were going.
This is
She
her
was
husband.
happy the way things were going. And we just kind of, I supported her and she supported me in some of the things that I wanted to do. And I just, we were in love with each other.
¿Nunca te quedaste con las ganas, Chris, de preguntarle a Yolanda o de hablar con ella?
Nah.
The reporter's asking Chris Perez, did you ever want to talk to Yolanda or ask her questions about this affair, this alleged affair?
Nah, nunca. Never. I mean, for what?
Exactly.
She's already done all the damage. Well, what would we want to say or, have anything to do with her?
Exactly. So that's that. Hold up. Now let me read some of you guys' comments. This is a channel by the name Adriano Filmer. Okay. And I'm telling you, shout out to everybody on YouTube that, like, this is old school. I remember Primero Impacto. This was a show that I used to watch a lot when I was younger. That was airing a lot of when the Selena stuff happened. They were like right on scene. They were at the court hearing and everything. So this is like dating when I was a kid. A lot of this is. But this is the uncut audio release of Yolanda with one of the negotiators, with the one negotiator, okay? And listen to the allegations that Yolanda was making during this recording. This woman was unstable, right? I'll give you that. She was a fan. She wanted Selena to herself only. Abraham Quintanilla had fired her before. Selena was still keeping a relationship with her as far as on the phone and talking to her, but she was trying to cut her off based on what people around her have said. She wasn't trying to keep this going. So if Yolanda had secrets that Selena was trying to hide, I can understand with Selena being a little bit worried. But the reason why they met at the hotel that fateful day was because Yolanda told Selena that she had been raped and she needed somebody to go with her to the medical doctor. And that was all false. All of it was false. It's a lot. It's a lot. This story has a lot. This case has a lot. DB, exactly. Deflection at its finest. Thank you. Thank you for the $2. And let me read another comment. How does any of this change the fact that this which stole and exactly, it doesn't. Nothing that Yolanda or the family, her family revealed now is going to ever change or even give credence to like she was in her right to murder Selena. Nothing. Thank you. And Yolanda never proved that she was sexually assaulted. Never. That was a lie that she gave to try to get Selena to go to this hotel room. She used that is the gun. And again, the gun that she purchased with the funds that she used to steal from the fan club. This story is very much near and dear to me that way. Like I can't even express it. So this docuseries that's going to come out, what secret? What else is Yolanda going to tell us that's going to be different at this point? Nothing, in my opinion. Nothing. Listen to this, and I might have to translate some of this.
Muy buenas noches, les saluda Mirka de Llanos Doinás desde nuestros estudios en Miami. Bienvenidos a otro Primer Impacto, edición.
And you know what he did?
What did he do, Daddy?
He's talking.
What?
He's sticking my vagina.
I can't hear you.
So in this, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but she's telling the negotiator that he raped me. And you know what else he did? He dug something. So she was trying to tell the negotiator that Abraham Quintanilla had raped her. This is during the negotiation to get her out of this truck, car, whatever, that she was in there with the pistol on her head, telling people that she was going to kill herself. So she was out there making all kinds of allegations on the family as well. Okay? You remember that so clearly? I was glued. Listen, I was a little girl and I was glued to the TV, Flor. I really was.
Hear you, baby.
He's sticking my vagina.
He stuck a knife in you?
When he raped me about a month and a half ago, and he told me, if you tell anybody, I will kill you and your parents. I will kill you.
Who raped you?
Abraham
did?
Yes, thank you, Nance. Larry introduced the idea that it was an accident. It wasn't what Yolanda said at first. That's right. And she ran with that, Nance. She ran with that. But premeditation was always there. Yeah, she said that a month and a half ago, Abraham Quintanilla had raped her. But she brought Selena, she called Selena to come to this hotel under false pretenses. Keep that in mind. I mean, I don't know, man. I was in the 4th, 5th grade when all of this was going down. I think I had true crime in my blood. I was like, "What? Like, how?" I was so into this because, like I said, I was such a fan growing up, and when this happened, it really impacted the community as a whole, right? And why didn't she tell Selena if it was a month and a half ago? That's right. She didn't. Yeah, you were a young mom at 24. Selena died at 23, Flor. So yeah, I mean you were about a year older than her, right? I danced and sing Selena songs to my baby boy. Oh. Mm, 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 mm. Let me continue playing.
We got to let people know about this. We got to let the investigators know about this. We got to go down and let them investigate. We got to file charges.
Larry, listen to me. He told me he would kill my parents. He has done some things in the past for other people.
She said, he told me he would kill my parents. Larry, listen to me. He told me he would kill my parents. This was March 31st of 1995. Naomi says, even if Selena had 1,000 affairs, what in the world does that have to do with her murdering her in cold blood or the allegations of rape? What does that have anything to do? That's right. That's right. This lady tried to throw, there's so much out there that she has tried. I mean, you could just easily find it. And I was thinking about doing a video dispelling all of the lies that Yolanda has told because I knew that there would be a point in time where Yolanda was going to be up for parole and she was going to be able to tell her version of stories, right? But there was just so many things that she put out there about Selena that it just doesn't matter whether she had an abortion or not, or an affair, none of it would have mattered. Absolutely not. Let's continue to hit play on this, okay?
Let's get it done quickly. Do anything. He won't have the opportunity to do anything. We're going to get this done quickly.
Why not?
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's not sit here and talk about it. Let's get on out. Let's get started. We can get the investigators going on it right away. Let's not sit around and talk about it. I believe
I don't have any proof. I never went to the hospital. I never had anything done because he told me if I tell you, if you tell anybody, I will kill your family. He has done other stuff to other people that I know that are not true, and you did it anyway, Larry.
Let me tell you something. If you think about hurting yourself, how can we do anything to Abraham? How can we take care of the problem with Abraham if you're not here? The only way we can do anything to Abraham is for you to be here to help. You've got to be here. You've got to be here. Yolanda, there's no other way. There's no other way. You've got to put the gun down. You've got to get out of the truck. And you've got to get in the car with me. Okay? And you've got to do that now.
Have you not pushed through Congress the most...
Are you
crazy?
Larry,
yes.
listen to me.
I'm listening.
I know Abraham's around here somewhere to kill me.
There's no way. Abraham ain't getting anywhere close to you.
Administration by a public...
Not anymore.
He said he was going to kill me, Larry.
No, he's not getting anywhere close to you. Not anymore. Not anymore.
I feel so sorry for the family of Selena. I really do.
Well, I hope you don't feel sorry for Abraham.
Even though he's still a human being.
Hey, Auntie, welcome. She says, I don't know what you're covering. Just dropping by to say hello. Shout out to Auntie. You guys make sure you check out Auntie's advice. She's an awesome, awesome creator here on YouTube. So, of course, him being the negotiator, he has to kind of like hate her and try to help her understand what is going on. It's a lot, right? Him being the negotiator. But like Nance said, the only reason where self-defense came out of Larry, and that's what they used to try to run with this whole case. Now, in this new series that Oxygen is about to drop, which we're gonna review it and we're gonna peel the onion. Apparently, they have new information. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's BS. That's just my thought. Mm.
He's still a human being.
He may be a human being, he may be tough, but
He let me do all of this.
he made you do all this?
He let me do all this. He threw me out of the house. He threw me out of her life. Él me andaba escondiendo porque no quería que su papá me fuera a culpar.
So she says, I was hiding because I didn't want her dad to fault me. So again, she got fired from the fan club. She got confronted for stealing. I mean, they were looking to move forward with it, right? And do something about it. And she's just like, no, I had to hide and she told me to hide. And this was her excuse, okay? This was all her.
Ella me andaba escondiendo de donde quiera. Ella no quería que yo...
¿Selena?
Selena me andaba escondiendo. No quería que su papá supiera. Ella 3 veces me escondió en los hoteles porque dijo que su papá tenía miedo que su papá me fuera a matar. Yes.
So she's saying Selena would tell her to go hide in the hotels because if she was found, her dad would go and kill her. This is what Yolanda is saying about Abraham Quintanilla. Okay? I think that she did what she did. She got kind of manic afterwards. And this is what she's saying. Emma, they were negotiating with her for like 9 hours. She sat in that little red pickup truck. I thought it was a car for a minute, but it was that red car with a gun to her hand, negotiating. A complete sociopath. And then all of this happens. She does a bunch of interviews and still doesn't take ownership. Still doesn't take ownership for the fact that she killed Selena. And even now, even after so many years after her death, how is she eligible for parole? How could even a parole board sit there and be like, well, is she rehabilitated? Is she reformed? Does she understand what she did? No, she's got her family out here trying to put things together because there was more to this murder that the public doesn't know. Selena was no saint. Okay, we get that. I don't know if she had an affair or not, but does that justify her murder? No. We don't know if she had an abortion. Even the doctor that they said that she had an affair with doesn't even present any receipts or facts, recordings, or anything or love notes or anything that would have said, yeah, this is from Selena. This is why I call BS. Exactly. Thank you, It's Baby Girl. Everybody's eligible, but it doesn't mean that she will be granted parole. Correct. No good parole board is going to let her out, but overcrowding will. I mean, I guess it would have to weigh in. Like, is she a risk to others? She'd have to change her identity, you guys. She would have to change her identity because I don't know how she could just get out.
I said to book it in, and then I said again at the Bayfront Inn. Y ahora me dijo que viniera para acá para Days Inn. She didn't want me to get her father to know.
Ahora tienes una historia. Ahora es a tiempo. Pero tú mismo necesitas dar esta historia.
So this is another negotiator, Isaac. He says, right now is the time. Right now, this is the story. This is a history. Ahora es el tiempo. Right now is the time. Pero tú mismo, you need to give that history to the family.
A la familia. A las noticias.
To the news.
Al público.
To the public.
Yo creo que Diosito mismo, Él quiere que hagas esto.
So I think God himself wants you to do this.
Es una misión que tienes ahora.
It's your mission.
It's your mission now. If there's ever something...
I brought this gun to kill myself.
She brought the gun to kill herself.
Not her. Oh, not her. And she told me, Yolanda, I don't want you to kill yourself. And we were talking about it when I took it out and put it into my head. And when I put it in my head, she opened the door and said, Selena, close that door. And when I did that, the gun went off.
Yolanda, it sounds like there was an accident there, but let me ask you this.
There you go. Nance, it was Isaac who said it. It sounds like it was an accident. Let me go back a little bit. Okay. And hold up, let me see, somebody's coming. Chemo. People have said that. People have said that there, I don't believe that to be true. Do I believe that Yolanda might have had some feelings towards Selena that would have been outside of just a regular friend? Yeah, I do. But I don't believe that there was any type of intimate relationship between her and Selena. I just don't see that. Now, do I have the receipts? Do I know that personally? No. But I do feel like I personally feel like Yolanda was so obsessed with Selena to the point that that feeling for her would not surprise me if she wanted something more from Selena. Um, she was a clingy friend. She, based on the friends that others, because there's other interviews out there, and they say like Yolanda was a very specific type of person, and she would do things to try to put people against each other in the little friend circle that they had. So to me, is Yolanda just wanted the attention to her. That's it. And she was obsessive. She was. She wanted all to herself. I would agree. She wanted Little Miss. She was just obsessed with her and wanted her all to herself in control. Potentially an obsessed friend, an obsessed fan. And I think Selena being, and I'm not, of course, I don't know her, but based on some of the interviews that I've picked up from Quintanilla, from other people, is she was a little naive to the people that were around her. And maybe Abraham was overprotective of that. He gives me that overprotective vibe, right? Mind you, Selena and Chris Perez had to, drive off to get married. What's the word? I have it in my head and I can't even think. They eloped to get married, right? So it wasn't like they were very open to different things. So I could definitely see where maybe Selena felt a little isolated or felt like she had to be careful who she talked to within her own family or her friends. Because you never know. You never know.
About it when I took it out and put it into my head. When I put it in my head, she opened the door and said, Selena, close that door.
So he says, he abrió la puerta y le dije, she opens the door and I told her, Selena, close that door.
And when I did that, the gun went off.
And when I did, the gun went off.
Yolanda, it sounds like there was an accident there, but let me ask you this. It sounds to me like you had made a promise to Selena. The promise that you weren't going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, but I couldn't live with it anymore with her father. I couldn't live with it anymore. I have witnesses that I tried and I tried. And the gun went off.
Okay, Yolanda.
Bueno, en las grabaciones ella dice más de
And this journalist right here, by the way, she had a whole series, a whole book. This is Maria Celeste Arraras. And for those that grew up watching a lot of the Mexican, news reports, Univision, Telemundo, Televisa, Primer Impacto, El Rojo Vivo, this lady has always been well known in the Mexican news media. So she wrote a book. With her book, she wrote a series, and she had a fallout with Abraham Quintanilla, which Abraham said some pretty harsh things about her. Felt like she was leeching from her daughter's story and memory and everything. I mean, this is what he said about her. She, of course, came back and rebutted that and said, no, it didn't happen that way. I used a lot of the material that was court related. Maria Celeste Arraras, yes, was hated because she was pushing thank you. So Maria Celeste Arraras, which is this reporter right here, she was using a lot of Yolanda's narrative, right? She interviewed Yolanda. She also interviewed Abraham back when all of this went down. And she was using a lot of this narrative to push the story. about Selena having an affair, about Selena having an abortion, about Selena having a lot of, work done on her body. And so it was, to a certain degree, a lot of hearsay, but the hearsay they got from court records and nothing to substantiate. Like the doctor's not really mentioned in a lot of the court stuff, the affair. So it's a lot of convoluted information, in my opinion, that Maria Celeste Arraras used to write her book. Just my thought. Just my thought. Hold up. Let me read your guys' comments. Rachel D's question says, after Selena was shot, was she taken to the hospital right away, or did they have to wait for Yolanda to put the gun down before? No, Rachel, when Selena was shot, she left the room, right? And she basically bled herself out because she was running from the room all the way to like the front area, the manager area to check in, and she got herself in the room in that little greeting area, right? And she kind of she the running, she overbled because of the running, and so there was, if I remember correctly, there was like a collapse in all of that. It was very much, think it was the lobby. It was very horrific. She ran into the lobby area, and that's where they called 911. So they were able to get her to Memorial Hospital before all of that. Let me tell you, my understanding is that that hotel, I think it was the Days Inn, they actually, the room where the murder happened, they changed the room number and they changed the whole layout of it. For many, many years, they didn't use the room, and then they recently started using the room, but they changed the number so people don't even know exactly where it happened. Keep that in mind. So it's a lot. Now, in 1998, this was Yolanda Saldivar. Of course, the years have not been very nice to Yolanda, of course. But even then, in 1998, she was spewing a lot of this BS about there being a secret.
And not only to them, but to me.
But they want to know why you killed her.
I won't discuss that.
Why not?
Because the truth is not out.
So
they
tell
changed it.
Not in the court of law.
You've had your day in court. Why didn't you tell it then?
Look at this BS.
I was not given an opportunity to defend myself. I was represented, which is different.
Yolanda, at that time, your life depended on it. If there is this information that, if it doesn't exonerate you, at least gives context as to why Selena Quintanilla is dead, why would you not have demanded that that be presented in court to spare your life?
If I knew then what I know now, you can rest assured that my trial wouldn't have gone the way it is, or that it was. I can assure you that.
During the course of a 2-hour interview, Yolanda was continually evasive, bolstering the public image that she's clever, cunning, and manipulative. While her conviction is on appeal, Yolanda's reluctance to answer certain questions is understandable. But then, as the interview continues, she jumps at an opportunity to supposedly tell all.
This is a letter that your family has said you received here in prison. Is it?
Behind the Music was given 2 letters by the Saldivar family prior to this interview. They are allegedly from a man named Lorenzo Salinas, who Yolanda says she and Selena met while doing business in Mexico in early '95. The Texas Department of Corrections confirms the letters were mailed from outside the prison. But during an exhaustive 7-month investigation, Behind the Music was unable to find Lorenzo Salinas or confirm his existence.
He tells me exactly what I've been saying all along.
Which is what?
That he feels his conscience is killing him because he knows the truth. And he knows that he feels that, or he thinks that I have things that will eventually say it all.
This was in 1998. Why have we, like, all right. And the family, Yolanda's family is coming out now doing the series, okay? This was in 1998. Then there was a rumor about the affair. Then this doctor comes out and says and confirms this affair, but shows no receipts for it. Okay. All of this has always been hearsay, speculation, all of it. For what exactly? I'm not really sure. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't change the story that she killed Selena, right?
And
do you?
Yes.
Yolanda claims that 2 weeks prior to the murder, she discovered videotapes damaging to Selena's career, and that she had a diary of Selena's that corroborated information on the tapes.
Where
In his
is it?
purported letter, Lorenzo Salinas claims he was hired to beat up Yolanda to retrieve the tapes and diary as part of a plot to extort Selena. Yolanda claims she was attacked, but managed to get away.
You know where those tapes are now.
Exactly.
Where
You
are
know where
they?
that diary is now.
Where are they?
I know where they're at.
Yolanda contends they remain where she stashed them in a safe deposit box in Monterrey, Mexico.
Why is that information significant to the death of Selena Quintanilla?
Because that is many of the things that.
Where are these tapes? Where is this diary? Every series that's been out there has always been named The Secret of Selena, The Diaries of Selena, The Never Before Told Story of Selena. All of it.
We discussed that day. It
Where?
was not about the embezzlement. It was not about no obsessed fan or being fired. Had nothing to do with that.
What Yolanda won't explain is why, if she was protecting Selena, she instead killed her.
Thank you.
Yolanda's state of mind is an issue in this case.
San Antonio attorney Ramiro Estrada has been retained by the Saldivar family. He says while the information in Mexico may not exonerate Yolanda, it will somehow shed light on her state of mind in the days leading up to the murder. Estrada hopes the alleged evidence will open the door for a second trial and a reduced sentence.
Oh,
I think
Lord.
Yolanda knows that she needs this information to be found.
Yolanda empowered Estrada to retrieve the supposed evidence, and Behind the Music accompanied him to Monterrey, Mexico.
Isn't there a chance?
And guess what? They never found it. They looked at, this was the attorney, this one. He was going all over all these banks and whatever hiding spots in Mexico. Did they ever find it? No.
Maybe even a pretty good chance that Yolanda's lying to us about this evidence?
Well, I think anything's possible, but it would serve no purpose. It would not help her to be perpetrating a lie.
Yolanda and the
She's having
Saldivar
fun.
family directed Estrada to more than a half dozen different bank locations.
I don't see what good it would do for her to be sending this on a long goose chase. I mean, it's certainly not going to help her in a trial.
But a wild goose chase it proved to be.
Mm-hmm.
There was no safe deposit box, no tape, no diary, no evidence.
You're disappointed that this evidence hasn't been found.
Sure I am.
Following the trip, Estrada revealed he intends to remove himself from Yolanda's case. Whether the extortion plot, videotapes, and diary are fact or Yolanda's fiction remains unknown.
I think she was extorting her. I think Selena was being extorted by Yolanda. I think that there might have been some secrets that she told Yolanda. I don't think that all of the secrets are correct. I don't believe the affair because nothing would suffice. He's not showing anything to suffice it. But truly, what other secrets are there that we haven't even already known? And even if Selena Quintanilla was having an affair, who cares? It doesn't justify her losing her life over it. It doesn't. Who cares? Truly.
It may never be known, as Yolanda reveals in one smug answer.
I guess I'll take it to my grave.
In San Antonio, Yolanda Saldivar, a 31-year-old nurse who frankly didn't like Tejano music until...
I guess I'll take it to my grave, she says.
What was compelling you to do it?
Going through my college years, I had no social life. I had none because I devoted myself through my university, my career, my license. Now it was time for me to have fun.
So tell me about your first meeting.
I was like meeting Whitney Houston.
At first, they don't see each other often, essentially only when Selena plays San Antonio.
I was their gopher, so to speak, in San Antonio.
But you loved it.
Yes.
It was a touch of celebrity
Well,
in San Antonio, Texas.
Well, not only that, but
And people have said that, Nadia. No lo dudo que vayan a matar. Yeah, I hear you. I think Yolanda Saldivar, especially in the Corpus Christi area, if she is released, needs to be very. I mean, she's not safe in prison. I can understand that where people have tried to hurt this woman. I understand that, but I also think like nowhere she goes, she wouldn't. I would hope. It's my thought that if she is eligible for parole and she is released, that she hides herself under a different rock. Like that she like literally leaves San Antonio or Corpus Christi or Texas in general. Like honestly, she does need to be fearful of. And I hate to say it that way, but I've always heard that from people out there because they are. I mean, they probably already tried in prison. I believe she's been in, from what I've read, that she's been in various solitary, isolated places because of who she is. But honestly, I hope this is where I'm like, I hope that this judicial system works there, because how can you go and face a parole board and tell them that you repent and you understand the magnitude of your crimes, and you're still here perpetrating lies and deception and defamation of the victim, of the woman that you murdered? You can't do that. You can't. This is not a Gypsy Rose story. It's not. Okay? So for those that are like, well, I feel for Yolanda, no way, Jose. No. Get out of here. Exactly. Perpetrating a fraud. She stole from this woman. She stole from this woman's fan base. She stole from this family. Okay? And regardless of whatever secrets she was holding, she was not mentally well. I'll give you that. But I would think that when you're facing a parole board, there's a level of repent for the crime. Now, you doing a docuseries, a 2-part docuseries with Oxygen, what does that tell me? That says that you haven't repented on bullshit, on anything. Everything that you do and say is BS, personally, because nothing that you say at this point and exposes of Selena is going to bring any kind of justification for the crime that you committed. That's just my thought. Zam, thank you for becoming a YouTube member and a channel member. Thank you.
Yeah, but it was because my friends. It was Suzette, it was Selena. I did for them.
But you had to have enjoyed the fact that your friends were becoming such celebrities.
Well, that too.
At one time, my whole family liked Yolanda. You know, we would invite her to come eat at our house, and we'd have a get-togethers, and we'd invite her.
It was that our friendship had grown from being just a fan celebrity type to this personal type of relationship.
When Selena made the decision to open up the boutiques, she needed someone to run them. And there was Yolanda, her trusted friend who would never let her down, who was always there for her.
And I'm the one that suggested. Well, what about that girl that runs the fan club in San Antonio? She looks pretty, like a nice person. And that's how Yolanda came into the picture.
It was then that she hired me in '94.
Even though you had no business experience.
Even though I had no business experience, no.
She didn't know anything about retail, and that's basically, come on, you need retail 101 to manage a retail space.
And I think that that's where things started unraveling.
Both Martin Gomez and Yolanda agree that from the very beginning, they are at each other's throat, not just about business, but over access to Selena. Gomez contends the stage was being set for Selena to be deceived and controlled by an obsessive Yolanda.
She's made it very clear to me that in order for me to speak to her, to speak to Selena, I have to go by her.
He started seeing that his contact with Selena was becoming less and less.
Martin says that the reason his time was less and less is because you were becoming obsessed with Selena.
That's not true.
Yolanda derived her popularity with people because of her association with Selena.
There you go.
And if anyone else was going to get closer to her, to Selena, or get her ear, that was a threat to Yolanda. And by virtue of being the creator of these designs, Martin Gomez was a threat.
By now, Gomez...
Thank you. Mind My Blue says every interview is a different story and excuse why she's innocent of everything. Absolutely.
It says Yolanda was trying to wrest control of Selena's life.
It was neurotic. It was neurotic and it was strange. Fanatical. Selena would come to visit and then she'd leave and she goes, oh, I miss her. I go, she just left.
She didn't want to be bothered. Martin can understand that.
So you're assuming a bigger role.
Definitely.
Could that role be construed as becoming obsessed?
There you go. She felt like she had a bigger role in Selena's life.
I don't know where people are getting this, that I'm obsessed with Selena. It was a duty that she expected me to do. And I had to do it.
I was starting to recognize her just basically being controlling and trying to manipulate Selena. I was starting to, I was starting to identify that. And more than anything, I was going to Abraham with the information.
See, you got to understand that Martin and Yolanda are like two old women bickering at each other.
While that bickering must certainly be wearing on...
Mr. Abraham Quintanilla is a bit old school, but he said they're like two women bickering at each other. Crafty Kid says, yeah, it's called denial. You're not buying it? I'm not buying it. Right, Chico. Right.
Selena. Abraham stays clear of it and had no problem with Yolanda until the beginning of 1995.
Is that the beginning of the end of your relationship with Abraham?
That becomes the fury of it all.
That fury is about to spill over.
You have vilified Dr. Martinez, Abraham Quintanilla, Why weren't those the people that were attacked? Why your best friend?
There was never an intentional to kill Selena. Never. There was never an intention to do anything wrong to Abraham either, or Dr. Martinez. My intention was to relieve myself from all of that.
You were going to kill yourself.
Yes.
But why did you end up killing your best friend?
Why she wanted Selena to watch that? I guess, that's why he told her to go to the hotel room.
I didn't kill her.
Anyways, guys. So I need you guys to do me a favor. Make sure you are subscribed, because listen, we are going to be reviewing this Oxygen series. We're going to break it down. We're going to see what other BS the family has that we didn't even know, if whatever side they're going to give us. Okay. So for those that don't know and that are just coming in, there is a new series. Hold up. See if it's the right one. Is this it? Yep. Here it is. Okay. This one right here. I'm being redirected. Let me skip this ad. Here we go. Okay. For those that don't know that are coming in, so we're going to be reviewing a new series. The series premieres with back-to-back specials on February 17th at 8 p.m. And concludes on February 18th. The name of the series is Selena Yolanda and Yolanda, the Secrets Between Them. And it is a series out of Oxygen True Crime Docuseries. Okay, but then it'll later be, I guess, episodes will be available to stream on Peacock the day after they're aired. So for those that are wondering, that's what we're going to be reviewing. That apparently they're saying that this is new information. So make sure you guys are watching. There might be like a free trial so you guys can try it out. I'm going to definitely be watching it, and we're going to talk about it here live on this channel. Okay. I will. Oh, yes. Thank you for the $2. Says Selena is a legend. Rest in peace, Selena. I would agree with you on that. Gypsy Lola, thank you for being a member for 8 months. Thank you. I missed your comment earlier. Shout out to you guys. Okay. I'm going to let you guys go. I will see you guys on the next one. You going to be watching it? Let me know, because if you're going to be watching it, you better be back here to review it with me so we can talk. And I'm going to be pulling old clips, and I'm talking about 1998, 1995, 1996, all these clips so we can put them together and have a good conversation about it. Okay? You guys have a great one. Rabbits out.